POPAVIST made smoother than your smoothest criminal. Shamo, about that money, what we get into. Shamo, about that money, get residuals. Shamo.
Yes, 2 times. Y'all know the vibes. They go.
Ooh la la, ah wee wee.
She go.
Ooh la la, ah wee wee.
We go.
Ooh la la, ah wee wee.
They go.
Ooh la la, ah wee wee. Ooh la la, ah wee wee. Ooh la la, ah wee wee.
That knock.
Ooh la la, ah
That bounce.
Ooh la la.
Looking for ends like I lost a friend. Hop out of the bed like, where's the bread? Where's the bread, people? Who you bet on yesterday? You're now tuned in. POPAVIST TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic. That feeling back up in here one more game. If it's your first time, then thank you. But before you exit left, kindly hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and hit the notification bell so when I upload the videos, you get alerted. I do that part on purpose too. I'm just fucking with y'all. But you know how I do. You know how I start the show. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. We in the end game, people. We in the end game because Giannis got that bling blow. Like, your wrist bling bling, my shit bling blow. But give me a second, though. We're going to talk about Game 6 and Giannis getting that trophy. So, we in the end game because a WNBA player by the name of Cappie Pondexter recently just came out. And she made some wild, crazy, like crazy shit crazy. Like, yeah, like the rapper, Uncle Murder, about LeBron James trafficking her, stealing money from her. And, you know, full transparency on this channel. Y'all know, I mean, because she's a WNBA player, you can't assume that, you know, everybody knows. So it's like, I just found out about her. But more so why I was tripping is like, not because I didn't know her. It's a lot of WNBA players that I don't know. And there's no knock on them. I don't watch it like that. You know what I mean? So I don't follow. I don't know all the characters. I don't know all the players. But I was more taken back like, damn, why I ain't hear about this shit? I don't remember ESPN covering she's supposed to have been kidnapped and been missing for 2 years. So I don't want to, you know, get the details wrong. Y'all, you know, y'all familiar with the story because it's just coming out. And it's like, damn. So I did see an interview of her on another channel, on the other channels. Yeah, I'm still in these YouTube streets, and I'm in these YouTube alleyways and that part. And so on the other channel, they were showing an interview of her from like 2018 or 2019, and she was speaking about mental health and, you know, a couple of other topics, but mainly the mental health. She didn't mention any of this. So it's just like, damn, when did this happen? And just to make the outlandish, salacious, if you will, like clickbait. And I'm not saying, you know, that's what she's doing, but real quick, while we just, you know, speaking about it, say this, like DeMar Rosen, you know what I mean? Shout outs to Toronto, you know what I mean? And, you know, Kevin Love, you know, other athletes that come out and say, you know, just because we athletes don't mean we have the, you know, the best mental health. Don't mean things is going great for us up here. Despite the money and the lifestyle that we live, that we chose, that we work for, shit ain't always good, you know what I mean? And, you know, we've seen plenty of stories like this. They're just human. They're just doing it on another level as far as sports or being an entertainer or being somebody that's well known in the public eye. But behind closed doors, and just like all of us, you know, life can hit you hard. And if you don't have coping mechanisms or just something ain't clicking right, then you can be a victim of, you know, depression, mental health, people needing, you know, to take medication and, you know, to even be, what's the word we're looking for? rescue themselves. And it's like, yeah, so, you know, we wish her well. You know what I mean? We want nothing but the best for her, and anybody that, you know, have mental health issues to get the help that they need, seek the help that they need. And, you know, your family, our friends, people that surround us, hopefully we can pick up on these things before they lead to something that could be tragic. Because coming out with, you know, allegations like this is just off the chain. But moving on, you know what I mean? Yeah, like your wrist bling bling, my shit bling blah. Let's get to Giannis. Giannis, that nigga said, oh, it's easy to just go join some super forces and get that bling blah, but it's harder to do it like this. And they did that shit. So, you know, on the other networks, if you will, you know what I mean? I think it was a good debate or a good question to ask, you know what I mean? Now that he's won the chip, you know, I know they like to stir it up a little bit, but they was asking, is Giannis 1 ring better than KD's 2 rings with Golden State? My opinion is, I think it hold more weight, you know, because he did it in the team that he was, you know, drafted to. 8 years there, took a chance on him, signed the extension, did it with his boys. I mean, they did bring Tucker in, and a lot of the stuff, you know, that he did probably not going to show up on the stat sheet. And they also brought Drew Holiday in, so he, you know, but Middleton and Giannis, they was there for 8 years together, if I'm not mistaken. And just to, you know, do it with those guys, like I said, I fucks with Giannis and the Milwaukee Bucks because of the documentary I seen. I told y'all in the other video, I was like, yo, these niggas is sitting around, you know what I mean, with lifers and just going into prison. They don't really got to do that. I don't think that's in the contract. Like, yeah, y'all got to go sit, you know what I mean, and talk to these prisoners. That's, you know, probably something that they wanted to do. And he just seemed real humble. Obviously, his, you know, his story is remarkable, you know what I mean, and from where he, you know, where he came from and, you know, what he was able to accomplish. So like he said, I know what it's like to lose, to feel so desperately that you're right, get to fail, you know what I mean? Then to come back like that feeling, winner, chicken dinner. So was that a little, you know what I mean, slight at the people that did that? Whether it is or not, you know, the thing remains like, yeah, I did it here. Like Dame was saying, you know what I mean, I put pressure on the mistake. It's like he said, he could probably go anywhere that's a contender or close, and then they're going to be over the top. Because, you know, in this series here, even though the first 2 games they went down, he came back. It was looking like Phoenix was just going, oh, Chris Paul, that's supposed to be his ring. Like, you know what I mean? 16 years, 16 ain't enough. Like, you know what I mean? When 16 ain't enough. Like, yeah, that part. And we just thought he was going to win. Devin Booker was going to emerge and be the best player. But really, why we was duped, it's because Giannis is the best player. He was the best player on both teams by far. He is the best player. That's 2 times MVP, defensive player of the year, 6'11", can move, you know what I mean, Greek freak. And even though Aiden showed some flashes of what he possibly could do in the future, and even in right now in the present, he had good games and then he kind of faded away. So did Booker, or they brought up a stat. You know, when you're watching the games, and I didn't watch the whole series from first quarter to end. There's times I came in like, oh shit, put the game on. Let me caught, you know, some highlights. Didn't even see the game, but seen enough to say, you know, he had some good games. What happened is they you know, when you're watching the games, you don't get all of the stats until they point certain things out. And they gave a stat on Devin Booker saying he didn't have no assists in the 4th quarter, and just like no assists at all. It's like a stretch to where, like, damn, you ain't gonna pass. And I know they saying Kobe mentality, rest in peace, and pass the dog, you know what I mean? And then I did a show, you know what I mean, an other video, like, oh, he just chilling, because he is the best player on the Phoenix Suns, but he let Chris Paul get his shine, let him be the veteran, let him be the point guard, you know what I mean, stop the law, you know what I mean, and all that part, and it's like, all right. Then he kind of just went off the rails. Defense, Giannis got more in the groove, and again, he's the best player, so he got Finals MVP, you know what I mean, lead MVP 2 times, and Defensive Player of the Year. And I think he got the MVP and the Defensive Player of the Year the same year. They said only the Dream that beat Hakeem Olajuwon, yeah, beat my Knicks. You know what I mean? 7 games though, spanked us. And Michael Jordan, who's deemed the best player of all. But let's get into the Styles shit real quick though. Like Styles, Hassan Campbell, I mean, you know, it was trending a couple days, and you know, shit happened, so I can't always, even though I be wanting to, like, damn, missed today. That shit be having me, you know what I mean? Like, I be wanting to get to the people, really though. And so this happened a few days, maybe Sunday or Monday or whenever. I guess at you know, at Jim Jones' party or whatever, Dipset, they got the verses coming up, you know what I mean? And I gave my opinion on that. I'm probably gonna speak about it more. It's hip hop, you know what I mean? That's what we did. Oh, sports, hip hop, interviews, popavisms 101, motivation. So you know we're gonna talk about it. Give my opinion, my 2 cents. But the verses aside, so I guess it's like, you know what I mean? HASSAN, big YouTuber, you know what I mean? Obviously, it's a lot of YouTubers doing their 1-2s and shit. And I like a lot of his content. Like I told you, over here, full transparency. Some shit be wild, but for the most part, you know, I agree with a lot of stuff, you know what I mean? And that's with a lot of people, though, for what it's worth. Anyway, I guess he called out a lot of rappers and the code they stand on and what positions they should be taking. And behold, you know, see on the timeline, see motherfucking Styles like, yo, woo, 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 yada, yada, yada. And I ain't gonna say I was shocked and amazed. Like when you put the beat on, Bismarck, rest in peace, like you will be shocked and amazed. I wasn't shocked and amazed that he answered back. I was a little like, oh, word? Like, this what we doing? I mean, and all right, let me hear what you got to say now. And full disclosure, you know what I mean? You know, I ain't gonna say I know Styles, but like a lot of people in the industry, yeah, Lee is outside. Not POPAVIST, Lee for the bat line. I be outside, and you know, I ran into Styles a few times, so I got a story to tell. And every time I met him, it was all good. Like, so I say I know him in that sense. He definitely be around. I ran into him right in the hood, like twice in Harlem. One time for Sheik's, you know what I mean, his birthday party up at the G-Bar. Wild story, you know what I mean? Shit crazy. Another time at a juice bar doing pull-ups outside, you know what I mean? Like nigga outside doing pull-ups a few years ago. In Yonkers, you know what I mean? And then I was in one of his videos too, yeah, Convict 22. Shout outs to my nigga Famous. But more shout outs to Carrie, you know what I mean? She was one of the producers and shit. She made that work out and all that, you know what I mean? So, you know, with that being said now, pretty much Styles is like, listen, bro, to anybody that's questioning me and, you know, my record, last time I checked, my shit is good. You know what I mean? Let somebody go and step up and say it's not, don't question it. Rap shit is rap shit. Like, I mean, you know, we love rap shit. Like I said, like, oh, hip hop, this is what's on the Kendrick Lamar album. He like, this is why it's believed that hip hop has caused more detriment than racism and, you know, whatever he say on that outro of the album. And I'm like, yeah, I'm in agreement with that. Love hip hop. And most people you run into, they be like, yeah, we love it. But then on the outside of the conversation, wow, we know this shit is be fucking us up a lot of times. You know what I mean? So that said, musically, like he Styles done, you know, say some wild, like, you know, the hardest out, like, you know what I mean? Like top 10 in my opinion, as far as MCs, yeah, Styles top 10. You already know who occupying 3 of those spots. Who's the biggest, you know what I mean? Who's the best MCs? Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas. Go see that video. But Styles is in there, you know what I mean? Super nice. Like almost every you know, appearance he featured on, he had memorable verses and lines where you'd be like, oh nah, Hov was on that, but you know what I mean, he said this, like, you know what I mean? Super nice, you know what I mean? Gangster, like, you know what I mean? Gangster shit, like, you know what I mean? And we love it for that. I love it for that. Do that mean you got to carry that into business? Because that's pretty much what it really all boils down to. Besides him minding his business, like, listen, don't involve me. I don't give a fuck what niggas did 20 years ago. Like, oh, niggas still talking about old niggas that had it. Who cares? Talk about how we hawk niggas in the, yeah, like, Gunworks official. Niggas don't be wanting that. Why? Because they puss and they mans is lames. You know what I mean? We so, you know what I mean? That part. That's just one. I'm being funny. Shit just, you know what I mean? But he like, let me be my businessman. Let me work. I'm dealing with the kids. Is that enough for us as the hip hop community? And be like, nah, Styles, your stance was too strong. You can't do certain things because you the ghost. You the phantom. That's not my stance. My stance is, since we, you know, if you older, you know what I mean, like, you won't thinking this shit is what you see, like when we was kids or when I was kids, certain things you was probably magnified because your brain just couldn't, you know, comprehend it, understand it for what it was. Once you reach that understanding, it's like, nah, this is this, that's that. Plus, oh yeah, this is thing now that they created, which is social media. Like, we can see you if you're not hiding, and you definitely can see me because I'm not hiding. Shit is open, unprivate. Come on in. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, yeah. So when I upload the videos, you get alerted. We can see shit. People is posting and it's all for sale, meaning that, yeah, everybody ain't what they saying they is on these fucking records. We know that. It's only a few. They get the props, and even a lot of times them, it's not like on some grand scale. Like, this shit is embellished a lot. And whether that matters or not, you know what I mean, it really doesn't. Like how 50 Cent said, you know what I mean, you always hear these dudes talk about they dealt with bricks and only dealt with dimes. See him in the streets talking about they got fast cars, NASCAR. See him in the stock, you know, he said, I see him in the 5 with stock rims. I just laugh, Paul. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, we running into you niggas. You niggas is fucking rappers. And that's how it used to be in the early 80s and the 80s. Like, yeah, y'all niggas is just rappers. Y'all not getting it like the real street niggas is getting it. Y'all rapping about us. Somewhere along the line, niggas done got in, street niggas, and, you know, floopity fake niggas saying they was one thing and they really wasn't, nobody questioning. But the point is, you know niggas not killing 100 niggas. You know niggas is not selling 1 million bricks. And even if they may have dibble and dabble, him, whoever the hardest, you know, the Manos of the world, he was, you know, brought up, the Jim Joneses, whoever they are, we can see them now. So again, it's like, for the viewers at home, the people that's enjoying the music, just put the fucking tape on and listen to the tape, nigga. You know what I mean? Like, what difference does it make, nigga? Now, as far as their personal life, yeah, you can judge them on that. And what's in the public eye can be judged and be critiqued. Do it make it right that now anybody that got a platform, anybody that got a channel, all these fucking channels, like niggas like the light-skinned nigga with the channel, yeah, like, it is what it is. Like, this is what social media has brought us to. And it's good and it's bad. People was adapting. People are opportunists and taking full advantage. Like, niggas is like, you better come on in. Like on the Snoop Dogg album, like, nigga, fool, you better wake your ass on up and come on in. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on in. And niggas is doing that. Men, women, kids, like, you know what I mean? That's why you could live in a world where a TikToker that's 8 years old can make 2 million a year. Even if it's one time on some social media shit, and niggas is looking around like, what? Like, what? Yeah. So, good or bad, you know what I mean? My stance is this shit is just rap. Can't hold these people up on no pedestals, athletes, YouTubers, influencers, you know, personalities, or whoever the fuck they are. You live your life by the best you can do and keep it pushing, and then raise your kids to do the same. Other than that, and I get it, you know, we got channels, so it's opinions and it's topics, and people gonna get mad sometimes. Like, it is what it is. Like, hey, this is what it is, right? So, you know what I mean? You got to do business, and he made a valid point as a person being on parole a few times. You can't get to your place of business or your place of work, employment, and then be like, yeah, tell a manager, you know, I don't want to work with this type of person or that type of person. Now, you may talk about it in the barbershop or with your niggas, and the privacy, you know, or confined ears, like, you know, and you can let loose, but you can't say that shit at the job. Oh, you're going to be looking for another job. And you could, for the people in the back, they're like, nah, then you get your own job and, you know, employ yourself. And it's always going to be something to say, like, hello, good or bad, people going to say some shit. So, you know what I mean? Like, is it a right? Is it wrong? Nah, I don't think it's clear cut. I think if you in the streets and you talking, you know, gangsters, still ain't even no code. Like, so you could say, yo, just make sure you live by this until the time that you don't. And then everybody look at you. And I'll just say this last little thing. When Nicki Minaj, when she did the song with, you know, with Homie, you know what I mean? And she came out because people was on her gram in her DMs, I guess, harassing her, like, you know what I mean, doing the most about, you know, associations and all this shit, right? Especially the people that never was in the streets. Like Trek said, if you ain't from the ghetto, don't come to the ghetto because you ain't understand the ghetto. So stay the fuck out of the ghetto. It always be the people too that never been in certain situations, don't have no idea what it's like, only live vicariously through movies, documentaries, and series, and that's it. And they cousin, maybe they, you know what I mean? And I get it. You want to have an opinion, you want to have a say. But it's like, yeah, you know, you can't do songs, you scream you the realest, but then you doing songs. And then she came out and she was like, yo, a lot of these people they not street people. They industry people. They regular people. They doing business, and this is what it is. So if you real like that, like you so hardcore real, then just get out the business. Because inside here, you're going to have people of other communities, other mindset, people that do fuckery. Oh, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. So this is what you begging to come in, right? You begging to get in the industry. Then this is what it's going to be. So red pill, blue pill, motherfucker. What you want to drink it down with some yak or some, I mean, choose and then challenge, then show up and show out, right? That's my take. And that's the side I'm sticking with. And that's the story I'm sticking with. You already know. It's your boy, POPAVIST. You're now tuned in. POPAVIST TV. That's my show. We live. We rolling. We unscripted. So sometimes we might mess up. We authentic because our track record is, you know what I mean, intact. That feeling. Yeah, kid.